You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. Be sure to smash that like button. LSU beats Purdue 63-7. Say that out loud. LSU beats Purdue 63-7. I mean, y'all, we all knew that this was kind of the role reversal of a year ago when LSU had all the opt-outs. They were decimated, and they played Kansas State and got run in a game that probably shouldn't have been played. This wasn't as egregious from the Purdue side as it was from the LSU side a year ago, but I didn't see 63-7. But, y'all, that game was exactly the no stress, start to finish behind whipping that we all needed from this team to end the season on a high note and to purge the disappointment of the A&M loss and the Georgia loss at the end of the regular season in the SEC championship game. It was a lot of fun to watch LSU empty the bag, get really creative on offense, to see Brian Kelly high-fiving the Cheez-It man and eating Cheez-Its off the ground. I think it was Joe Fouché who did a snow angel in the Cheez-Its, face down, which was weird, but still celebratory. And it was just a fun day all the way around. It's fun to watch. Y'all have seen the superlatives. Most points ever scored in a Citrus Bowl, 63. Most yards in a Citrus Bowl, 594. Largest margin of victory for LSU in any bowl game, 56. I mean, LSU beat Purdue worse than LSU beat Oklahoma in that Peach Bowl 3 years ago. It was staggering. And you did it, by the way, without Kayshon Boutte, without Jeray Jenkins, without Jack Besh, without Josh Williams, without Ali Gay, without Jaquelin Roy, without Mekhi Gardner, without B.J. Ojulari. It wasn't like you were whole for this game, and you still went out there and did what you did. So, I mean, Purdue not having their quarterback, receiver, tight end had nothing to do with LSU hanging a 60 burger on them. Let's get very clear about that. LSU was ready. They played awesome, and that was great to see. After the game, here's what Brian Kelly had to say about his team's really one-sided win, dominating win over Purdue.
We played really well. Our guys executed at a high level. They competed at a high level. We were not at full strength, but that didn't stop our guys from putting in the time and the effort. Congratulations to Purdue. They were in a very difficult situation as well, but our guys handled it well today and played at a high level.
Couple of observations from the game. Let me just start with the quarterbacks, right? I mean, we got to see all three of them, which was really cool. Jaden Daniels started the game and played exceptionally well. LSU scored on its second possession. Nussmeier came in, led LSU to a scoring drive. So they basically went 2-1, 2-1. Jaden got the first possession of the third quarter where he caught a touchdown pass. LSU was up 42-0. Nuss played the rest of the third, and Walker played the fourth, which was great to see. Garrett Nussmeier did a lot of really good things as well. You could see the spark. You could see the arm strength, all the things that people like about him a lot as a prospect. He delivered as well. He did throw the interception in the end zone, which we'll talk about. But if you're Garrett Nussmeier, that's the thing he's got to work on. We all know it. You've got to purge those turnovers out of your game. And he hasn't done it yet, but the things he did well, he did really well. And it was nice to see Walker Howard get in there, had a really nice run, set up a scoring drive late that we saw with Derek Davis get the touchdown run. So all three quarterbacks that you got to play. And Brian Kelly, after the game, mentioned that he does. Can you play 12, please? Brian Kelly said, because that's been the big question. Are any of these guys going to leave? Brian Kelly said, at least not imminently.
I absolutely 100% believe that all three quarterbacks are going to be with us, and all of them we've had conversations with, and feel that that's the direction we're going.
Okay, so does that mean we'll be with you in spring? We'll be with you beyond spring? We'll be with you in the fall? It all remains to be seen. We know the current culture of college football, especially at the quarterback position. Guys don't stay. Guys don't wait. Is it different here? We will wait and see, but Brian Kelly, you clearly have done your due diligence. You've talked to these guys. You know what needs you have and what you may need, and they'll address it from there as needed. But fully expecting to have all three guys with them in the spring. Malik Nabers. Malik Nabers is clearly ready to be a star. And I want to point this out. Yes, the stat line is great. 9 receptions, 163 yards, and a touchdown. He was 2 of 2 passing for 50 yards, including the touchdown pass to Jaden Daniels. But remember, no Kayshon Boutte, no Jure Jenkins, which meant you had fewer weapons on the field, fewer known weapons on the field that teams had to account for. So in theory, it would have been easier for Purdue to say, look, we're not going to rotate coverage to Kayshon, Bobby, because he wasn't out there. So you could say, we're going to double Malik. We're going to give more attention there. Didn't matter. He was awesome. And shows he is ready to be a number one. He is ready to be a star. And next year, I would fully anticipate, at this point, we're talking about Malik Nabers as a high draft pick and a guy that's going to be headed off to the NFL after his junior year at LSU. The other thing specifically with the game, and look, when you win 63-7, there are a lot of angles you can go because there's a lot of good when you win a game like that. There weren't any very notable special teams mishaps. Yay. I mean, Gregory Clayton even caught a punt when he got annihilated while catching it. I mean, we're talking progress here, y'all. It was good. But how about the defensive line? Let's give some credit there. That has been, by far, the thinnest position on this team all year. They rotated really 3 defensive tackles all year. And in this game, you had no Ali Gay, you had no B.J. Ojolari, and no Jaquelin Roy. So at the spot where you were already thinnest, you had to go into this game down 3 starters. And so you saw Mekhi Wingo and Jacoby and Guillory play a ton. You saw Savion Jones start at that left end. Mike Jones moved up and played the jack linebacker. We saw a lot of Xavier Carter there. And I don't know if you noticed, but at one point in the second half, your defensive line had Quincy Wiggins, Ty G. Hill, and Fitzgerald West. You had 3 freshmen on your defensive line in the second half. And not only did those guys play, but there was no notable drop-off. That game for LSU, yes, the offense was awesome. They put up nearly 600 yards and 63 points. But the defense forced 3 turnovers and almost got a 4th when Harold Perkins forced a fumble and limited Purdue to 94 rushing yards on 36 attempts. Came up with 4 sacks, 7 tackles for loss. LSU dominated the line of scrimmage. That wasn't lacking Aiden O'Connell and Charlie Jones. That had nothing to do with their tight end not being there. LSU just whipped Purdue at the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And that was cool to see. Big shout out Micah Baskerville as well. One of the things that caught my eye, and this has been true for his whole time at LSU, even in the fourth quarter when LSU was up 7 touchdowns, Baskerville's still running sideline to sideline making plays. So credit to that guy who at any point could have said, you know what, I'm going to tap out, I'm going to opt out. Came back this year, played the full season, became another year as a key contributor on this defense, and even to the very end was making plays. So a great, great day for LSU. Now we watch draft decisions. Mike Jones announced that he's not going to come back for a super senior season. He's going to go off to the pros. We're awaiting word on John Emery. I'm told that the staff is anticipating John Emery is going to declare. Guys could always change their mind, but I think they're expecting John Emery is going to go pro. And then you look toward the February signing day. High schools, portal additions, who else might leave your program? Derek Davis has an interesting decision now to make, who entered the portal when the waiver came that he could play and retain that year, came back, played in this game. Now maybe the door is open for him to return if he wants to, or does he leave? We'll see. But what a way to punctuate the season for LSU with the feel-good in the belly that a lot of us really needed after the A&M and Georgia losses. And LSU was able to really churn on offense like they had done for a chunk of October and in the Alabama game that we saw wane late through November and into December. So LSU wins the Citrus Bowl 63-7. Brian Kelly becomes just the 3rd coach in LSU history to win double-digit games in year 1, joining Mike Archer and Les Miles. And now Brian Kelly on that list as well. Look toward 23, where LSU could well be the SEC West favorite going into the season. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.